Stickman Odyssey. While this one initially presents like nothing but a sloppy stick fight the game platformer, I'm not going to pretend as though I didn't end up finding redeemable merit in the experience. Firstly, once you realize you can mostly rely on never using your gun, things get a lot better. Secondly, the devs do seem fairly aware of the game's shortcomings, and use those skill checks to semi-fun results. Thirdly, there's more game beyond the plat, and the levels continue increasing in difficulty. I'm not sure how many levels there are exactly, but I played more than double what was required to get the shiny, and it was slowly becoming a no-joke situation. Sadly, things are way glitchy, and the devs don't seem to have gone back to fix those earlier levels once they began getting more competent in the construction of later ones. Examples of what I mean include the way lightning hazards seem to be disappearing altogether post-plat, how you can lose your gun, how wildly unresponsive and seemingly inconsistent the jumps can be, and don't even get me started on the shooting. Half the time the gun just spins your arm around, firing in random directions instead of a fixed one. And plenty of the deaths here are cheap. Luckily, the checkpoints are common enough to keep you addicted to trying. It's not a solid game, so don't mistake what I'm saying here, only that I'd turn it on here and there for a laugh or some silly short burst challenge clearing. Lastly, can I just point out how iffy the menu system is? One wrong button press and you'll completely wipe your save. Plus, there's no level select, not a good look at all. Trophy-wise, this is way more breezy than the completion rate makes it seem. Understandable though, since the game starts out on what looks like broken, unplayable ground, and quickly hits you with random minefields of lightning strikes at the end of most of the 11 levels required for the plat. Good news is that there's mostly method to the jumping madness, and you'll clear the lightning areas if you just keep trying, since it's random mess but not so much so that you never stand a chance. All you have to do to go plat is to reach stage 12. There's no written guide, but I'd call this a 3 on the difficulty scale, since it does require a little platforming skill. Nothing's missable, and it should take 30 minutes or less to complete. Tips I'd give would be to only shoot when it's absolutely necessary. Otherwise, just jump over the enemies. They'll rarely shoot at you and sometimes take one another out if you sit back and let them fire blindly. First thing you're sure to notice is that the jump doesn't simply jump when you press X, but it is fairly reliable if you press it a few times in quick succession. A bit of forward walking momentum also helps you clear mostly every jump the game can throw at you. Sometimes the jump glitches into a massive leap to the top of the screen, but I wouldn't depend on this for much in the way of progression. That's really all there is to know to reach the end. Far simpler than it seems considering more than half of all players gave up before getting it done. Once you know how to overcome the broken slop aspects of this thing though, you'll not only clear it with relative ease, you'll probably have some fun doing it too, not counting the lightning bits. If you're looking for something equal in the already questionable quality of Stick Fight the game, this ain't it. The shooting's very off, you can't duck or willingly change weapons, you've no melee, and the jumps are lesser, but this does mimic that game's style just enough that you may want to keep playing post-platinum. Still, I'm willing to bet most folks will gladly put this down and never think about it again.